Welcome to Yoga Travels with Karen. I'm Karen, and today I am filming our class in Speewah State Forest Park. Speewah is actually adjacent to the Barron River Gorge National Park. So this is an absolutely beautiful area of tropical North Queensland with lots of fantastic bushwalks and of course the amazing Barron Falls. And how we saw it today was not in its full glory. One, we had a lot of rain when we went for a walk over there, and also it's not flowing as much as it might be in a full wet season. However, the area is still spectacular and some great camping spots around here too. I didn't bring my mat with us on this little trip, so I'm going to take you through a sequence that doesn't require a mat, so we can't use that as an excuse. So you don't need to get on your mat, just come and join me and we'll get started. So let's start in mountain pose in Tadasana. So we're going to bring our big toes together and the edges of our feet are parallel to the sides, well, normally of our mat, but we don't have a mat, obviously. The heels are just a little bit separated. So activating the thighs, activating the buttocks, pull the belly button back to spine. Let's lift those shoulders up, back, and down, and the palms facing the front. The hands can come a little bit away from the sides of the body. The fingers are pointing downwards. They're strong, but they're not rigid. There's a little bit of softness to them as well. And our head, we're going to just tuck our chin a little bit towards the chest. I know that there's a big, tall, skinny tree behind me, and it makes me look even taller, I think, but we're going to stand up nice and tall like the tree. Maybe our ears, you can sort of sense that your ears are above your shoulders, closing down your eyes. Relaxing the jaw, maybe separate the teeth. Keep the legs activated. And the belly button is pulled back to the spine. Lifting that chest a little, just making a few little adjustments. Maybe there's a little bit of movement on your feet. Forward and back, side and side, just to find a nice even spot on what feels comfortable and what feels nice and stable and sturdy like that mountain. Let's take some nice slow breaths. As you inhale, allow the belly to expand. And as you exhale, pull the belly button back to spine and feel a lightness through your torso, maybe lifting up a little bit, making you even taller. Nice straight back. Inhale, remain here, but expand the belly. Exhale, lifting. Becoming a little bit lighter in the chest, in the shoulders. Maybe the head feels a little bit lighter here as well. Beautiful. Just gently open the eyes, wiggle the fingers, separate the toes, and we'll place them hip distance apart. Let's take a nice big inhale in, lift the hands all the way up. Float the hands down with an exhale. Inhale up. Float them down with an exhale. Beautiful. Take a nice big inhale, lifting up. Grab hold of that left wrist with your right hand, and we're going to lift it up and pull it over to the side for a nice gentle side bend to the right. That's it, lifting with an inhale, release the hand, swapping it over, other hand, lifting that arm up, and a nice side bend to the other side. Beautiful, inhale, lifting it up. Let's float those hands down. Here we go again, inhale, lift. Place the hands in behind the head, interlace the fingers behind the head, and just looking up gently. Maybe your elbows come back a little, opening up the chest. Just protect the neck, hold the neck. Take a couple of breaths here. You might find as you inhale, you can open up a little more. Extend that back bend just a touch. Maybe feel a stretch coming all the way down your torso. Good. Now activate the quads and the buttocks, and we're going to drop that head down, just tucking our chin to our chest, and just the hands remain behind the head, looking down, supporting the head. And maybe just push up very gently against the hands against the head, just to create a nice stretch through the back of the neck. Good. Let's drop that right shoulder down to the center and the left shoulder's coming up, keeping the head down, the chin tucked towards the chest. Might create a little twist as well as a compression, as well as a bit of a side bend. Good. Let's go the other side. Left elbow dropping now, right elbow coming up. Keep that chin towards the chest. Looking over to the right. Good. Coming back to center. And let's look up. Maybe you can release a little further back now. Good. Coming back to center. Release the hands and float them down. Beautiful. Let's give those shoulders a little shake and give the legs, the body a little shake as well. Good. Let's take a big inhale, lifting up. Float the hands down. Here we go. Another inhale, lifting up. Let's join those palms together. We're going to come down the center line and come into a forward fold, bending those knees, folding from the hips, coming all the way down, and release the hands down. You can place them onto the floor in front of you. You might be on a mat, so you might place them on the mat. Or if you'd rather not touch the floor where you are, if you're somewhere where maybe the ground is not so clean, you can place your hands just on your feet, on your ankles, even on your shins, depending on your flexibility. Take a couple of breaths. Good. Let's drop the hips and leave the arms hanging heavy and rolling up. Shoulders coming up, back, down, head coming up last. Beautiful. Let's take a big inhale. Let's come down again all the way. Float those hands down, bending through the knees. A nice big bend so you can place the chest on the thighs. Hands coming down to wherever feels comfortable for you. Good. Let's drop those hips a little further and roll up nice and slow. Lift the shoulders, roll them back. Palms facing forward, head coming up. Ah, beautiful. Good. Give everything a little shake. Take a big inhale. And exhale. Let's fold down. Nice bend in the knees. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, folding down. This time bring the hands in behind, interlacing the fingers, and lifting the hands away if your shoulders will allow it. One more breath. You might like to straighten or be able to straighten a little more through the legs. Good. Let's drop the hands down. Let's drop those hips down. Slide the hands to the knees, coming into a chair pose. All right, let's bring those hands into a prayer position, tucking the tailbone under to straighten through the back, or to straighten the back, and rolling down. We don't really want an arch in the back. Tailbone rolls down. Beautiful. Coming down. Place the hands in prayer. Take a breath. And let's inhale from here, coming up all the way onto our tippy toes, lifting the hands all the way up. Find your gaze, find that point to stare at to help your balance up high on the toes. It doesn't matter if you rock side to side or even if you come down on your heels. That's all good. Holding there. One more breath. And drop the heels, drop the hands. Beautiful. Inhale, lift. Exhale, floating down. Nice swan dive all the way down. Maybe the legs are starting to get a little straighter. Halfway lift. Exhale down. Let's bring those hands in behind the back, interlace the fingers, lifting them away. If it doesn't suit your shoulders, by all means, just leave the hands on the lower back. Good, bringing the hands back down. Drop the hips, slide the hands to the knees, lifting that chest in a nice easy chair pose. Bring the hands to prayer. Let's do a little twist here. We'll bring that right elbow on the outside of the left knee. Press the hands together, looking off to the side. Try and keep those knees nice and even. Good, let's come back to the center and other side. Beautiful, coming back to center. Let's come up nice and slow. Give those legs a little rest. Coming all the way up though into our tippy toe pose. Tippy toe balance. How's your balance today? Might be different today than it was yesterday. Might be different tomorrow. Might be different from just a few seconds ago. Let's drop the heels and float the hands down. Beautiful. Good. From here, we're going to step that left foot back. We're going to place the foot on a 45-degree angle. It's not coming back as far as we might do in a lunge. You can try and line up your heels with each other, or if you find that your balance is a little bit challenged when you're like this, then just bring that right foot or the front foot off to the side a little, and that will open up the hips for you a little more, create a little bit more space to create that balance. All right, we're going to come into a triangle pose, folding forward from here. So placing the hands in behind the back, interlacing the fingers like we did for our forward fold before. Now just a little micro bend in that front leg. Take a breath and open up the chest, lifting the chest up. And as you exhale, coming forward with a nice flat back. You might find you can straighten the leg out here. Just staying here, just halfway with a nice flat back. Good, take one breath here. Good, now just a rounding, a touch through the back, and you might find you can lift the hands away. Try and keep that front leg, just that little micro bend, just to not strain the back of the knee or the front of the knee. One more breath. Good, bringing the hands back down if they were up, a little further bend in that front knee and using that core to bring you back up to a standing position. Good, release the hands, step that left foot forward and let's swap that to the other side. Right foot back now, just on that 45, find that alignment of the heels or otherwise a bit of space there is fine. Bring the hands in behind the back, a little bit of a bend, just a micro bend in that front knee, just so, as I said, we're not putting strain on the back or the front of the knee. And inhale, let's lift the chest. And as we exhale, nice flat back, coming down, maybe straighten through that leg a little. You might find that you have to just stop wherever your flexibility allows. Nice hamstring opener here. One breath. And then fold down, rounding over a little and lift those hands. Nice inner thigh, hamstring stretch as well as a strengthening pose. Good, one more breath. Bring the hands back down to the sacrum if they were up, a little further bend in that front knee, and using that core, using the strength in those legs, pressing the feet down, lifting the body back up. Excellent. Coming back to center with both feet and give everything a nice little shake. Very nice. We're going to step our feet out wide now as we prepare to come into a wide-legged forward fold. So bringing the feet straight, the toes are pointing forward and the feet are nice and parallel, again, to either the mat or wherever you are, but nice and straight on the sides. So let's bring the hands up, inhale, and as you exhale, just bring the hands halfway. Beautiful, a big inhale, lift the chest a little. Exhale, let's fold down halfway. Nice flat back. Stay here for a moment. We're going to stretch out those fingers as far as we can, looking straight down. Good, stretch out those fingers and now make a fist with the fingers. With those hands, a nice tight fist, tight as you can. Feel all the muscles in your arms, your shoulders, maybe even through the chest. And stretch the fingers out nice and wide. And one more time with a fist, nice and tight. Feel all of those muscles through the forearms, the upper arms, through the back, maybe the chest. Good, and let's release the hands coming down. Now, if you find that you can't reach your hands down onto the mat or onto the floor in front of you, then just walk your feet out a little bit further. If you find that it's really easy and you'd like a bit more challenge, you can bring your feet in a little bit. Good, so just bringing the hands down and we'll take a big breath and maybe come up a little bit. And as you exhale, folding down a little further. This time as you inhale, we lift again, but we just bend the knees just a touch. And as you exhale, keep those knees bent a little, and you might find you can bring that chest down a little bit further. And then straighten through the legs. You might find you can stay exactly where you are. Good. One more breath. You might walk your hands back between your feet if you have the flexibility. Good. We'll place one hand directly under our face and the other hand is going to swing open for a nice twist and follow that hand up, looking as far up as you can. If you find it doesn't suit your neck, then just keep looking down, diagonally down, or straight off to the side. Good. Let's drop that hand and swap sides. Lifting up. And let's return that hand down. Bringing the body back down. A couple of breaths here. Again, you might like to bend the knees. Maybe you can fold forward a little further now. Forward folds give us our inversion, which is very good for the blood flow. And of course, a nice release through hamstrings, maybe a bit through the inner thighs here, the wide legs. Good. Bring those hands directly under your face again and just bring the heels in a touch. We're going to place the hands on the thighs, drop the buttocks and slowly coming up. Maybe that head comes up last and let's lift those hands up all the way into our star pose, reaching up. And join the palms and exhale down the center line. Beautiful. All right, we're going to bring the feet in just a touch and the heels then come in as well. We're going to come into goddess pose. So place the hands onto the thighs. We're going to drop the buttocks down. Normally I get you to put your shoulders down away, relaxing the shoulders. This time you're allowed to just let those shoulders come up to the ears whilst your buttocks just drops down. All right, feel that spine lengthen down. Allow those shoulders to come up nice and high. Nice inner thigh opener, strengthening through those quads as well. One more breath here. Good. Now we're going to drop one shoulder down to the opposite knee. That arm will bend. Push away with that left arm, pushing against that knee, opening up that inner thigh. See if you can look over behind the right knee. Good. Come back to center. Push up, straighten the arms. Allow the shoulders to come up towards the ears. Push away with the opposite hand now. Now this time it's my right arm, straight arm. My left arm bends as I look towards the left, over that left knee. Drop the buttocks a little, push away with that right hand. Good. Come back to center. Allow the hips to drop maybe a little further. Nice and strong. Big breath. And exhale. Good. And let's lift the buttocks, lift the chest, lift the body, straighten the legs. And let's walk those feet in just to a little further than hip distance apart. We're just going to ragdoll with those arms, swinging them left to right. Just allow them to touch maybe on your hips. Maybe you go a little higher and touch the arms. Little bend in the knees. You can close your eyes if you like. It challenges your balance. Slowing it down, bringing the hands all the way down and by your side. Good. Again, giving everything a little shake. Take a big breath in, lift the hands. Let's do those nice side bends again. Grab that left wrist with your right hand, lift it up and stretch it over. You might find you can come a little further now. Warmed up the body. Take an extra breath. Good. Let's lift up, reach those hands up nice and high. Grab the other wrist now, lifting up that arm, almost pulling the shoulder out of the socket, and a nice side bend. Good. Another breath. Beautiful. Lifting the arms. Let's float the hands down. Lifting with an inhale. Join the palms. Exhale down the center line. Let's interlace the fingers. Inhale. Lift those elbows. Exhale. Turn those palms forward. Chin to the chest. Inhale. Lift the palms. Facing up. Maybe looking up. Good. Let's release the hands. Drop those elbows for our cactus arms. Lift the hands up and float them down. One more inhale. Join the palms. Exhale nice and slow down the center line. Beautiful. Let's come into our Tadasana again, just as our finishing pose. If you don't have a mat, you may not wish to lie down in Shavasana, but we can still have a relaxing pose here in Tadasana if we just find that nice balance on our feet, as well as with our bodies, strengthening the thighs or activating the thighs, activating the buttocks, pulling that belly button back to spine, creating a nice straight spine. Lift those shoulders up, back and down, opening up the palms, the hands come away a little. If you could imagine you're actually lying down, it is like a standing Shavasana. Similar kind of pose, except our feet are closer together. Tuck that chin a little towards the chest, just to relax through the neck, closing the eyes. Relax the jaw by separating the teeth. Relax the chin. Maybe you're moving a little on your feet. Find your balance. Find a nice spot that just feels like you could stay there for a little while. It means the body's nice and balanced. Let's take those nice deep breaths again with the belly expanding as we inhale. And as you exhale, pull that belly button back to spine to empty all the air, but lift the chest. Feel a lightness come through the chest and the head. Inhale, belly expands. Exhale, lift. Might find you can make yourself just a little bit taller with each breath. Inhale. Exhale, lift and lighten. One more breath. Lift and lighten with that exhale. Maybe soften a little more through the shoulders. Thank you all for sharing this no mat sequence with me. We'll see you next time. Namaste.